Shalom, Kahaloyim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahava Kakudash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well over the flock. Shalom and salutation to you, Akim, out here pushing the words with truth and sincerity. Just bringing you a first time look for a lot of us of this new show called Invasion on Apple TV, and how Esau is once again attempting to distort future prophecy by making people confused about the chariot subject, aka UFOs, and what the biblical prophecy concerning this coming invasion is all about. All right, so let's watch the trailer real quick, and then I'm gonna comment and bring out some scriptures along the way.
It has been 121 days since the aliens invaded our world. We have suffered. We have sacrificed lives, loved ones.
Connection is the only chance we'll have to learn what they want.
And how to stop them.
My fellow global citizens, look up. This is our enemy. Together, we will win this war.
The aliens somehow connected us. This is our last chance for survival. I know it sounds mental.
It does sound mental, but the whole world's mental, right?
The world out there is falling apart. I would do anything to hold this family together.
They adapted, we'll adapt.
What if you could save everybody?
If you want to win a war, fight back. The answers are here.
Are you sure you want to do this?
All right, so the show is called Invasion, Season 2 trailer. And that is, hopefully they don't take this video down by copyright or anything. Hopefully I'm covered by the, Freedom to Share Information Act, so forth and so on. So what I'm going to do now is play it from the jump, but put it on mute so that you can hear, see if I can get it on mute real quick. So you can hear what I gotta say about it. I'm not sure if I could do it, I guess. So I'm guessing you still can hear me. Abarataza. So I'm just gonna pause it a few scenes. You see, 115 days since the aliens invaded. We have suffered. We have sacrificed lives. So it's definitely, pointing out the picture that the coming invasion is going to be where lives are lost. That's true. That's true. We get into those scriptures. A lot of lives are going to be lost at the coming invasion. So they're right about that. The question is, whose lives? Loved ones. Now, what they have wrong here is they still trying to make up what the invaders or aliens or the men on the chariots look like. They're trying to say they're just objects and weird shaped bio creatures that defy our logic and reason. And there are going to be certain animals, creatures newly created according to the scriptures, apparitions and whatnot. In these end times, it's going to get real chaotic. You're going to see things you've never seen before. But that's not who is invading America. That's not who's invading the world. It's Yahweh Shah and his angels. And I'm going to bring out the scripts to prove it. It says connection. We have to build a connection to learn what they want. And we did build that connection through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. The Lord is coming back to redeem his elect. And how to stop them. So their objective is obviously to stop the Lord Yahweh Shah at his coming, at his return. And they do this fighting against the angels out of desperation. Because once Yahweh Shah returns with this host of angels, scripture tell you that he's coming to set up a kingdom that's going to be everlasting. And that'll be the end of Esau Edom, because the scripture tell you that he is going to go into captivity for 1,000 years, and then he's going to be destroyed. All right, and this country is going to be destroyed, and he won't be able to build up again. So how to stop him? That's pretty accurate about the majority of people thinking that they need to stop the chariots, but they won't be able to. The type of technology and advancement of warfare that the Lord is returning back with, Esau won't be able to stop. So as you can see, they got the military ready. All right, at the border crossing, everyone's beginning to look up. It says, my fellow citizens, global citizens. So once again, this new world order, by this time of the invasion, has already commenced. You know, for people to consider themselves a global citizen, or you have a leader talking to their global citizens, that means that the new world order has already weighed in. And more than likely, according to prophecy, by the time this happens, as a matter of factly, instead of more than likely, as a matter of factly, these people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these people in the back, they'll all be chipped. They'll all be chipped by that time. Because Revelations 13-16 on down tells you about the beast that unified everybody, forcing them to worship the beast with the image of the beast with the mark. And that mark is a sea hip. So let's continue. They're telling them to look up, and they pause it right on looking like an Israelite foreigner a little bit. And then you got a Jake looking up. Scripture said, look up for your salvation. Draw nigh. And then it says, this is our enemy. And now I got the captions here because it's very important to understand that Esau wants you to think that everything coming from the sky to invade this country is going to be an enemy, when the enemies of the Lord are our enemies. So that's our help. That's our rest. That's our refuge. When we see that and we look up, and when you see those chariots and the UFOs, just know that's your help that cometh on high. That's Yahweh Shah in them chariots. Together we will win this war, which is not true. They'll lose it. So for the sake of time, you can watch the rest of the trailer if you want. We'll go back to chariot scriptures. All right, let's get through all of the chariot scriptures, so that when this invasion does come, you know it was all part of biblical prophecy. Exodus 13-21, and the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of cloud, and led them by the way, and at night by a pillar of fire to give them light. And Salaki, I'll be remiss, because in this video somewhere, they showed a chariot coming in, and it's like it's burning on fire a little bit. And so I instantly thought of that scripture right there, telling you that the Lord used the chariots as a pillar of fire at night. And that little scene right there where the chariot was kind of in embers, trying to catch it right here. So that made me think about that scripture I just read. And the Lord went before them by a pillar of a cloud, then by day in a pillar of a cloud, and led them the way by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day or night and night. So it just speaks to the fact that the chariots can light up. That's why people see them at night so often. Exodus 40 and 34, then a cloud covered the tent of the congregation, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. So these clouds are UFOs, right? These clouds are theoretically UFOs, just like arrows or figuratively talking about ICBM missile. 2 Kings 2:11, it came to pass that they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. Chariot of fire. And that's what that looks like right here to me. A chariot of fire. And also in this scene right here, you can see the lights go out. Watch this. As you see, it was quick, but you can see a blackout occurring right after they show that chariot of fire. Blackout. You see? Which that's a part of the 3 Mountain Dew cans like came out. That's starting to come true. You had the Maui Blast, and you had the Baja Blast, or Baja Burst, and then you had the Light Out. So if that has any truth to it, there should be a blackout coming, which there's an article I already shared that says blackouts in the event of an EMP attack. They believe that 98% of Americans would die. I believe that was the figure. 2 Kings 2:11, and it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. So Elijah went up. He even prophesied it, because he told Elisha, if you see the way I leave, then if you're with me when I leave, then you'll get your blessing. And then that chariot actually went in between them and parted them both asunder, so it knocked them both to the side. It went in between them. Psalm 68 and 13, though ye have lean among the pots, yet shall ye be as wings of a dove covered with silver, and feathers with yellow gold. So you've never seen a dove with silver on it, have you? Let's continue. Psalm 68 and 17, the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So the idea of angels is they can fly, right? The idea of angels is they're in the sky. The idea of angels is they're coming from on high, just like where the chariots are coming from. So when these vehicles come, just understand, when this invasion comes, it's the same thing prophesied. And now, which would you rather believe? The season 2 trailer version of what the angels is going to be like and what they're coming back to do? Do you rather be manipulated by Esau propaganda machine, or the holy scriptures that has been prophesied long before Esau came into power, and prophesied of him coming into power, and then prophesied of us taking him out of power, right? The saints shall take the kingdom and possess it forever, even forever. So this book already prophesies of the invasion. Esau is trying to distort that. It says the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. Psalms 91 and 1, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High, Yahweh, shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And that's exactly what they're coming back and bringing, the shadow. They're going to cast the shadow because they're going to be as clouds. Clouds cast shadows. All right. And they're also going to be a shadow in the form of protection. All right. It says here, shade, literal or figurative defense. So the real shade or the protection from on high, you'll abide in or abide under if you dwell in the secret place of the Most High, which your mind is believing on these scriptures. Psalms 91 and 4, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. So the Lord comes back with wings. Psalms 104:3, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots. And a chariot is a vehicle, ridden on, can't get around it. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. Right? Isaiah 4:5, and the Lord will create upon every dwelling place in Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies a cloud of smoke, a cloud and smoke by day, and a shining and a flaming fire by night. For upon all thy glory shall be a defense. So that's how these chariots symbol or figuratively symbolize or are written as, because there was no such word as UFO. There was no such word to describe these chariots, and they did the best they could by using something that resembles a chariot cloud. A cloud can stay in the air, it can freeze, it can disappear, and it just continues to come. There's plenty of them in the air. So that's it. Going back to the same idea that Moses described them as. So, plenty of precepts dealing with the chariots, but I just want to get into a few to wrap it up. Isaiah 66:15, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So fire is synonymous with end times, because the Lord said he's going to come. I come sending fire. I come with fire. So at his returning, there will be fire, and he'll be bringing more. And he's riding on his chariots like a whirlwind. When the whirlwind is described like as a tempest or a storm. For instance, you have what's going on over there in California, in the Baja section of Mexico, and so forth and so on. You have tempests and whirlwind. You got a new one coming that just touched down in South Texas. May the Lord be with them brothers. And so this moving through the air is the idea, a strong wind gust moving through the air, able to pick you up. And that's one thing about these chariots, they beam you up. They're used for salvation as well. That's how they took Elijah. That's how they took Yahushua. That's how they took Enoch up into the clouds. But it's also instruments of anger and death. Because how else is Yahushua going to come and take down these nations when they're fighting with guns? He's not going to come off with a physical sword. He's going to use his technology against theirs and defeat them. For by fire and by his, Isaiah, verse 16, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. All right. So you can see the Lord's coming back to show vengeance. So they was right concerning invasion, concerning the enemy, but they're only enemies. That's the spirit. I landed right on it. They're only enemies of you Edomites, because you're in rulership. They're coming back to give an eternal kingdom to the Israelites. It's going to be called Zion, the Zion, the holy city, Jerusalem. All right. So may the Lord, bring vengeance. And this is the way he's going to do it. He said, I come quickly. Behold, I come quickly. Enter into the chambers. So the Lord's going to beam up his elect, and then send out beams of fire to destroy. Kahaloyim Yahweh Shah. Lower, this video was edifying. Till next time, Shalom, DTA, and blah, blah, blah.